Well, let me ask you guys this: if we were not going to go to London or Wembley next year, whether it's Wembley to O2 or whatever, um, where do you go? Do you stay in North America? Do you go to Australia, which I think is a terrible idea because of the time difference? You would lose too many fans. Japan is another place, but again, that's a 13-hour difference Eastern time to Japan Standard Time. Of course, I mean, it's out there. You always have Saudi Arabia, ducks.
Yeah. Kind of to your point, there's been a couple interesting case studies from both AEW and WWE about returning to the same venue 2 years in a row. We saw it with the second All in London, doing significantly less than the first one. That was the start of some of the decline in AEW in general, but I think that's an interesting data point. And we've got WWE right now live. They did really well in Vegas last year. Now there's additional factors hitting them this year, but I think a contributor is that they're doing the same location 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
Going to the same area too often dilutes the interest, and you never do as well.
Yeah, Color Me Interested in the chat said, "What if?" That's different. He mentioned Puerto Rico. Marcus the Entertainer said Aztec Stadium in Mexico.
Vegas, baby.
I'd like to see. They could probably do well in L.A. Chicago would do a good All In.
Mexico.
I'm iffy on the foreign. Like, it's hard to promote in a foreign country a show that big. Do you think they can put 35,000 for All In somewhere in Canada or Mexico? Maybe Mexico. I don't think Canada.
No,
what about the Superdome? I mean, New Orleans has been, for lack of a better word, screwed by WWE. They probably welcome AEW and promote the hell out of it in New Orleans.
I don't know how well. Like, I would focus on the markets you draw well in, and New Orleans is not one of their big markets.
Yeah,
that's why I was thinking LA and Chicago off the top of my head.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I mean, like, the thing that sucks is, I mean, like, Europe is such a big draw for them right now. What do they have going on Rev Pro? Maybe they could hit something on the other side of that country.
Yeah.
Maybe target another demographic market. The only reason I was thinking Canada is Maple Leaf is really doing good right now. So I think
But that's just Ontario, though. Like, that's not a whole nationwide thing.
No, you're right, 100%. So.
And the other challenge is to All In, like with Mania. Well, a lot of WWE's marquee shows, AEW isn't there yet, but there's a lot of international travel. So you got to pick a location that's easy to get to. I don't know how easy it is to get to some of the other locations overseas, but it's easy to get into Chicago. It's easy to get into the New York area. It's easy to get into Orlando, LA. I'd focus on markets that they draw well in.
Yeah, because like the stadium they did in Texas this year, like it's
easy to get there
from the airport.
Perfect.
Like,
it's easy for international travel.
Yeah,
especially coming up from Mexico.
Well, when you talk about international travel, I think you got to look at Atlanta. Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It's Atlanta's international hub. It's hosting some of the World Cup matches. Mercedes-Benz is an amazing stadium. They've done concerts there. Wrestling would be great there. And who could forget WCW in the Georgia Dome? Yeah. That was a hell of a show.
And
Atlanta
even if you don't
wrestling.
do there, and even if you don't do there, you've got Georgia State in the old Brave Stadium. You can run there. You could run Georgia Tech Stadium. Kennesaw State. Well, I don't know. You probably couldn't do Kennesaw State because I don't think they could handle it. But like, there's a lot of places in Atlanta that have big outdoor spots too. Well, not a lot, but like 3 or 4. That's an easy place to get to internationally too.
When I went to Kennesaw State University, they didn't have any big places there.
Hey, Braun Breaker played football for them, so.
Could I offer
Braun Baker and Kelson are the two most famous people.
The two most famous Kennesaw State alumni.